Today we're taking a look at these NCAAB matches, which are happening on Tuesday, November 8, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. East Carolina Pirates vs Mercer Bears. Mercer finished with a losing record in 2021-22 for the first time under head coach Greg Gary and hopes for a better result this season. The Bears, picked to finish 7th in the SoCon in both the preseason coaches and media poll, lost their top 3 scorers but do return experienced players. They will also look to incorporate 4 Division I transfers into the rotation. Senior guard Kamer Robertson started 17 games last season, averaging 10.0 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 2.0 assists per game, shooting 42.1% from the floor. He did come on late in the Southern Conference tournament with a double-double against Western Carolina and a 20-point scoring performance against Furman. Senior forward James Glisson also returns to the starting rotation after scoring 10.5 points on 46.8% shooting last season. Other returning players to watch include junior center Shannon Grant, senior guard Sean Walker Jr., and sophomore guard Jordan Jones. The Pirates start a new era of ACU basketball in 2022-23 under head coach Michael Schwartz, a former top assistant at Tennessee who served as the Vols' defensive coordinator. During the 2020-21 season, Utah posted the nation's 4th best defensive efficiency rating per KenPom.com and was top 10 twice over the past 4 seasons. A former Texas Longhorns player who got his coaching career started in Austin, Schwartz also served as an assistant coach at Miami, Florida. As you would expect under a new coach, East Carolina had a lot of roster turnover as it features 10 newcomers, including transfers Quentin Dibbenge, Tennessee, Jaden Walker, Iowa State, and Benjamin Bayella, South Plains. Winston Tabbs, who previously played at Boston College, is expected to be a leader for this team after averaging 13.3 points for the Eagles in 2020-21. ACU also returned 6 players from last year's squad, including guard RJ Felton, 5.1 ppg, forward Brandon Johnson, 4.7 points and 5.1 rebounds per game, and center Leggy Debow, who started 18 games. The Pirates did lose their top 6 scorers from the 2021-22 squad, who accounted for 82% of their points, 84% of their assists, and 89% of their 3-point field goals. East Carolina shot 40.6% from the field and 33.3% from 3-point range last season. Mercer is a 1.5-point road favorite, at least partially due to the roster upheaval that East Carolina went through this offseason. Even at home, it's unlikely the Pirates will look like a well-connected unit in their season opener. The Bears also lost their top 3 scorers but returned some of their starters and reliable role players and added impact players through the transfer portal. It's the matchup between Gary's offense versus Schwartz's defense in this game, however, that will have the most considerable impact on the outcome. In that battle, I'm siding with the offensive guru with a team capable of playing with anyone in the Southern Conference game in and out. In its 4th year under Gary, I expect Mercer to look the most comfortable it has since he took over, earning a statement victory on the road to kick off the season. Our team pick is Mercer minus 1.5 points. Last season, the Bears averaged 70.14 possessions per game, 213th in the country, while East Carolina and Tennessee each averaged about 72 possessions. Neither team shot the ball particularly well, either. If these squads are similarly inefficient, the under should be in play, especially in a season-opening matchup. None of the incoming transfers were prolific scorers as well. In fact, Mercer's 4 transfers shot well below 33% from 3-point range at their previous stops. While the Bears hope to fix some of those concerning shooting percentages, Tuesday's road matchup against a defensive-minded coach in his first game at his new job doesn't provide the optimal opportunity. I'll take the total going under 137 points. San Jose State vs Georgia Southern. After 3 straight 20-win seasons, the Georgia Southern Eagles have won just 13 games in each of the last 2 seasons. Head coach Brian Berg is now entering his 3rd season in Georgia Southern after serving as an assistant coach at Texas Tech, including during their run to the 2019 NCAA tournament finals. He now has a team that is completely modeled after his coaching style and with his own recruiting classes. His imprint was certainly felt last season when the team was the top scoring defense in the Sun Belt Conference and 2nd in defensive field goal percentage. With a team returning 4 starters and 8 core players, Berg's expectations are certainly high this season. For a team that has won a combined 28 games in the last 5 seasons, there is surprising optimism at San Jose State this season. That optimism stands 6'6" and has the kind of talent that already has NBA scouts taking long looks at film on him. His name is Amari Moore, and he returns to campus after scoring 13.2 points per game, 5.5 rebounds and 4.6 assists per game last season. Moore decided against entering the draft and then, surprisingly, decided not to transfer. Instead, Moore has decided to finish what he started and try and lead the Spartans to the NCAA tournament. While the experience that the Eagles bring back makes them a dangerous defensive team, the team needed more offense after graduating their leading scorer. To that end, Berg brought in 3 key players that he hopes will give his offense a spark. Jalen Finch transferred in from Jacksonville State and he averaged over 9.1 ppg. Tyron Moore transfers in as a junior college transfer, averaging 13.3 ppg there, and was a former finalist for Kentucky Mr. Basketball when in high school. The final transfer Berg brought in is 6'2" guard Ty Strickland. If the name sounds familiar, it is because he is the son of former NBA player Rod Strickland. Strickland scored 8.4 ppg while playing at Temple and should give the Eagles another shooter. 3 returning players that should have a large impact are 6'7" senior Andrei Sarasov, who should be the team's primary option on offense this season, with his ability to play inside and out, 6'3" guard Kamari Brown and 6'6" slasher Caden Archie. If the team can generate offense, with the defense they already possess, they could be one of the resurgent teams in the Sun Belt Conference. This is a great opportunity for Amari Moore to show off his skillset in the home opener. He will be facing a dynamic defense that likes to put on pressure and force turnovers. Moore is entering what will likely be his final season of college basketball and wants this season to end with a tournament appearance. To do so, the Spartans will need to win non-conference games like this at home. Sarasov will likely cause problems for the Spartans on the perimeter, but he will likely struggle inside against the size that San Jose presents against him. This should be a tight game, but I'm leaning on the player I think is the best player in this game, Moore, to lead his team to a home opening win at a reasonable line. Take San Jose State minus 3.5 points. The Spartans were just 8-23 last season and seemed to somehow get younger and a tad more inexperienced. They roster 5 freshmen, 4 sophomores and just 1 senior. San Jose State did get in an exhibition game last Friday versus Division II Cal State Law and barely escaped with a 69-66 win, despite all starters playing over 20 minutes. The lone senior in the mix is Temple transfer Sage Tolbert III, a 6'8" forward with a nose for the glass, clearing 113 rebounds last season, 3rd on the Owls, 46 of which were offensive. Fresno State transfer Robert Vijola will bring that rebounding penchant off of the bench. Last season the forward had 43 rebounds in limited play for the Bulldogs, but ripped down a season-high 10 versus New Mexico. Amari Moore should again lead the offense after averaging a team-high 13.1 points per game last season on .478 shooting. These are 2 teams who are not going to light the world aflame. Last season San Jose State had the 316th worst pace, while Georgia Southern came in at 273. Scoring-wise it was worse with the Spartans' 62.5 points per game average, the 335th worst in the country, while the Eagles' 63.3 was 322nd. It's just game 1, these teams will both be trying to work integral transfer players into their rotation, and that may take some time to click fully. I expect both teams to be a little slow out of the gate and for this one to stay under 132.